Careblazers, trying to keep your loved one happy could actually put them in the hospital. Here is how to keep your loved one safe without all the guilt. If you find yourself in a position where you have to say no or stop your loved one from doing something potentially dangerous, then this video is for you. Bottom line is that a happiness first attitude can actually lead to a harm first situation. This is what I mean. When someone with dementia wants to drive, manage finances, live alone, maybe even cook a meal or go on a walk alone, but they are no longer safe to do so, these become super potentially dangerous situations, some of them with even deadly consequences. This is where your desire to make them happy can actually lead and quickly turn to harm. I was giving a talk recently, and one of the audience members mentioned that her mom, who still lives alone with dementia, still wants to drive, and in fact is still driving, even though everybody in the family thinks she is no longer safe to drive. And recently, this person got a phone call from her mom's neighbor that said, "Hey, your mom just hit our car." So sometimes we feel like I don't want to upset them. I want to keep them happy. And that mentally turns into letting them do things we know they shouldn't be doing. So this is where it's really important to hear, even though it's hard to hear, that your role isn't constant happiness for them. That's not your role of what you're trying to do. It's safety. So your role isn't their constant happiness. And their reaction, their grief, their upset, their frustration is probably pretty natural and normal, not a sign that you're failing. Here's a motto to keep in mind. Love says no when yes is dangerous. Get rid of the goal to keep them happy all the time. It's not realistic and it's certainly not safe. That means we are going to have to learn to let them be sad or upset from time to time and do that without making it mean you're a horrible careblazer. Even if that is what they are telling you in the moment. They might say you're a horrible spouse, you're a horrible daughter, I hate you, why don't you let me do these things? You're treating me like a child. They might say all of those things, but it doesn't mean it's true. Because here's the thing, if they fully understood, they wouldn't need you. Your standard is safety, not their constant smiles. I actually put together, if you're somebody who struggles with how to say no or how to stop them from doing something, I put together a loving scripts free download that you can download and read through loving, kind ways to say no in situations where you don't want them to do something. You can grab that for free in the link in the description. So here's the thing. One of the most important roles of a careblazer is that you are there to keep them safe, even if they don't fully understand. Of course, whenever possible, we want to give them a high quality of life. We want to be kind and loving, and we want to make them happy as much as possible, but we can't do so at the risk of their safety and other people's safety. You are absolutely going to be making decisions that they don't agree with or that they don't understand. Because if they did understand, they wouldn't really need you to be a careblazer. So get okay with not agreeing with them all the time and get okay with them not agreeing with you all the time, and don't take it so personal. That's the key. And this is a really great moment to stop and pause and think about how normal and natural it is for somebody to have frustration in these situations, to stop and think about where they are coming from. If all of a sudden you are no longer able to drive or manage finances or cook a meal on your own, or you had to be open to people coming in and helping you, and these are things you've done alone your most of your life, of course, you're probably going to have a reaction too. You're probably going to be a little bit annoyed, frustrated, or upset, and you might resist and push back at the person who is reminding you of your limitations. Right now, that's us. That's you, the careblazer. You're a reminder sometimes of their limitations when you have to step in for their safety. In some ways, their hard reaction is a totally normal grief reaction to what's happening. Don't misunderstand me. This doesn't mean we don't try to make them feel good. It doesn't mean that we don't try to do things to make them happy. Absolutely, we do. It just means that we do so in situations that are okay for them. We don't want to do so in situations that have serious consequences, and we understand that it's okay that they're upset with it. You can ask yourself, would you rather your loved one be happy right now, or would you rather your loved one be safe right now? And you can weigh that question when you're facing certain situations. Of course, nobody wants to stop their loved one with dementia from driving and have to do that and put that limitation on them. It's hard, it's heartbreaking, but doing so is necessary for their safety and for everybody else's safety on the road. And that's just one example of a lot of examples where somebody with dementia may no longer be able to do something that they enjoy doing for safety reasons. Now, if you're somebody who has struggled with saying no and finding a kind, compassionate way to maybe redirect their attention, again, download our free Loving No scripts. It's linked in the description. I will be back next week. If you have ever dealt with a hard situation where you had to put your foot down with your loved one, hit the like button. Let us know. Let all the other Careblazers know they're also not alone. Okay, bye, Careblazer.
Also, Nico gets a belly rub for every person who subscribes from this video. So if you haven't already, click the red subscribe button. It's totally free, and Nico says thank you very much.